This time on Boneyard Revivals, is it a project vehicle? Is it a parts truck? Who knows? But all I know is that I bought a $500 Chevy Tahoe. And I'd like y'all to meet Tammy. Oh, also, hi, I'm Robert. You're watching Boneyard Revivals. Hit it!
Say that back bumper's a little tired too. Looks worse than mine.
The whole back half of the vehicle is.
And there's some proof.
This was strictly a I want an LS, so now I have an LS deal. That's what that was.
Got some usable body panels.
Door. That's about it. Lift gate.
It's not terrible.
That's some good news. That might work.
Yeah, that's payment for scrap.
Yeah. That's what we'll go with.
So here we are with another story time with Rob moment. And so my buddy Joey had this Tahoe, and the one day he listed on Marketplace, and I got a notification for it, and I'm like, well, what you selling it for? And he's like, oh, you know, back part of the frame's rotted out, whatever. I'm like, all right. I'm like, how much you want for the engine? And he's like, for you? With the, you know, friends and family discount? You know, I'll give you, like, you know, 200, give me $250 for it, it's yours. And I'm like, for a 5-tree LS? Okay. And then I'm like, all right, well, I'll grab a case of beer and I'll come up and help you yank it when you want to do it. And he goes, well, it's cold outside. I really don't feel like messing with this in the cold. Dang it. So anyways, he's like, what if you just came and bought the whole thing? And I'm like, why would I need a Tahoe? I don't need a Tahoe. What am I going to do with the whole Tahoe? And then he's like, I'll give you a really good deal on the whole thing. I'm like, well, how much? And then he tells me the price, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'm buying a whole Tahoe now. So here it is. 2006 Chevy Tahoe, 5.3 liter LS with the 4L60. Ooh, but it actually shifts all right. Biggest issues that it has now is it has some major rot issues towards the back of the frame and the whole back body. And on top of that, it does this weird thing where it'll fire up and run. and it runs really good, honestly. Like a few belt squeals, whatever, like power steering might be a little low, so it'll pump whines or whatever. But, you know, not that's like crazy, but it'll do this thing where when it's warmed up, it'll just shut off. Done. And so in this video, we're going to be trying to figure out what's wrong with it and diagnose it, because honestly, this thing's kind of good. For my standards. For anybody else, they'd be like, take it to the junkyard. But I'm like, Tammy here. Tammy's a decent unit. We got to try to, you know, help her out a bit. So he ended up selling the bumper on me, which kind of sucks. So if I want to actually drive it on the road, I need to get another front bumper on it. But check out the grill, man. The smoked headlights and fog lights and the blacked out emblem. It does look very good, I have to say. But so, you know, up here, it's good, right? Nothing crazy here. Looks really good, pristine. That all changes right about somewhere in here where, you know, doesn't look bad. A little rot there. It gets worse, I promise. Oh. That's kind of major. What's this dangling down here? Make sure I'm up on my tetanus shots. What's the shock doing all the way back here? Oh, that's not supposed to do that. That's all gone. And like to the point where you open the door and this just flaps in the breeze. We'll just get a self-tapper and just self-tap that back in. That's fine. That'll just cover, you know, all that up. If you just ignore all that, that's fine. Coming around the backside here, bumper completely rotted. Coming up in here, whoa, hey now. I don't think that hitch is going to be doing much hitch stuff. The 7-prong connector just dangling in the breeze. Frame's crusty, boys. She's pretty crusty. Not gonna lie, that's not good. That's a little concerning. It looks like our spare tire is flat. Oh no, it's just hanging there, barely. But hey, at least we got a spare. That's pretty nifty. Over here on the driver's side, got a little bit rust, you know, starting on the front fender, not major. But, you know, door, not bad. Driver door. Passenger door, not bad. Oh, we're getting back into the ugly stuff. That's gone. Okay. This shock tower is still intact. That's cool. Or the mount to the frame, that's cool. That's all rotted and gone. Oh, this side's just as bad, if not slightly worse. And then you're going, well, are these ratchet straps? What are those doing? Well, my friends, that's currently holding up the fuel tank. Because he broke the fuel straps, didn't have time to order new ones, and had to go to work the next day, and well, just throw the ratchet straps on, it'll be fine. Rocker, you know, gone. Completely gone. But here is where it gets good, and it kind of just, it's like this thing is just holding me against my will, saying you can't let me go to the junkyard yet because there's so much more to old Tammy. And it all starts when you open the driver door. Come in here and open up the driver door on Tammy. First thing you're going to notice is, you know, seat's a little torn. That's not bad compared to some of the leather seats I've seen for a lot of these, you know, early 2000s Chevys. But, you know, all power windows, electric locks. What is this? Seat warmers. Oh, power mirrors? Dang. That's intense. Got what? The 4-wheel drive, obviously. You know, all the light switches, doodads. You know, nice radio. What's that, you say? Bose sound system? This thing's bumping.
I'll give it to you. Wait for you to get it on your own. X go deliver to you. You're on the phone with your girlfriend. She's upset. She's going on.
We're just going to shut that off now. Interior. Super clean and gorgeous. Like, it's kind of a shame. Obviously an LT model, so, you know, she was stepped up a little bit. Doesn't have the amp or the sub in it. But, you know, Bose speakers, disregard the blanket, but look at that. Pristine. Leather. Heat controls and radio controls back here. That's pretty dope. You got all your heat stuff. Like, dang. This thing really is quite the unit. And then, you know, you have your hatch back here. You got the whole trunk, inner fender, not a big deal. But man, the interior is super clean on this. And it's too clean to the point where it almost makes me feel guilty to just rob the motor and trans out of this and not at least bomb it around locally. That can't hurt it, right? Well, I mean, so what's up on the agenda? Well, we got to get it to run right first before I can even think about investing any more money into it. On top of that, probably should, like, I don't know, hang the fuel tank up legitimately, because, you know, Joey was like, hey, just to let you know, don't go any more past 3/4 of a tank, because those ratchet straps can't hold a full tank of fuel. He learned that one the hard way. Clunk. What's dragging? But yeah, so if we can get this thing to run right, honestly, go to the junkyard, grab a front bumper for it, and just, you know, slap that back on. And maybe reattach the rear shock mount. I don't know how we're going to do that. We might redneck it a little bit. But send it. Why not? Bomb it around. It's too good to give up on it yet. It's too good to give up on Tammy. Tammy deserves another shot at life. It's got like 177,000 on it right now. If we can get 200 out of her, or close to 200, I think that's successful. We're not going to get that. We'll be lucky if we get 180 out of it. Yeah. Before it completely falls apart. Rear axle just breaks off the frame. Frame falls in half and puts me in a ditch and kills me. And fire this thing up. So like I said, it fires right up. Idle's good, runs good. And we'll let it sit here and we'll let it run. We'll let it get warm, and I'll show you kind of what it's doing. It's really weird. But basically, it'll get warm, and it'll either just shut off, or you'll go to drop it in gear and go do whatever, and it will just cut out. And then it doesn't want to fire back up. So, not sure what's going on there. It could be like a cam position or crank position sensor. But I want to see if it still has spark when it dies. So we'll actually get my spark tester out here on it. And then if it comes down to it, we might have my dad stop over with his scanner and plug it in, because he actually has a live data reader, so that might help us try to diagnose some things too. Alright, she's just about warmed up here. Sometimes it'll do it while it's idling, but also notice no check engine light. I found that kind of, what are you doing? But yeah, so anyways, let me see. I'll drop it in gear here. Okay. So it might take it a little bit, but usually drop it in gear, it's warm, and it'll die. And I usually only try to keep it in a small vicinity. I don't try going down the, you know, up and down the driveway with it too much, because I'd really hate it to be stuck in the middle of my driveway, because that'd be a little inconvenient. And I've actually had that happen once before, and it sucked, because then basically, in order for this thing to fire back up, you have to let it sit there and cool down completely. And then it will cool down, and then it's fine. It's going to make me a liar now that I have the camera rolling. There it goes. Yep, and it'll just do that. And it usually don't fire back up. Every once in a blue moon it will. Let's see if I recycle the key here. You hear? Oh! You see, it fires up and then it'll die again, and then I'll just crank. Let me recycle the key again. But like, I'll even put I'll put a fuel pressure gauge on this too, just to make sure it's not losing fuel pressure. But I don't think it is, because I can hear the pump running. Even pump the accelerator, nothing. And now it will be stuck right here until it cools down. So yeah, I'm not sure what that's about, so we'll have to start investigating. First thing we'll do here is we'll pop the hood and we'll go see if it still has spark. We'll throw my fuel pressure gauge on it as well. I don't know, it's just a little weird, but let's get the hood open and I guess we'll start monkeying with it. All right, now you guys keep your eyes on that light tester there. Let me know if you see spark or not. That's gonna help us out. Well, that answers that question. It's definitely got spark. It was firing up. Did you go through all 8 of them already, or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So at least the injectors are doing injector things. Like I said, now that it's warmed up, I almost want to drop it in gear and pull up the live feed on the camshaft and the crankshaft position sensor, and then drop it in gear and see what it does. Because sometimes, like, the second you drop it in the gear, it'll quit, or you'll have to back it, you know, in and out a few times, you know, and then it will start acting up. Oh, it did fire back up. I'm surprised.
Okay, well, we still got our crank signal.
Okay, well, that's good then. So that's weird, 'cause that's the first time it's actually done that when it comes up to full temp and then shuts off. Usually it'll run fine when it gets up to full temp, but it's the second you drop it in gear, it'll just quit. So it did show it for a second there. It doesn't show it flatlining though. No, it's showing signal then, right?
We're showing spark too.
Yeah, like I said, when it would start acting up before, I put my spark plug tester on it. And when I was cranking over, I went back and watched the video and saw that it still had spark. And then it actually ended up firing back up. So that was kind of weird. That was it clicking right there, wasn't it? And the fuel pump's on now. Alright, well that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned. I know, I'm setting you up with a little angst. Gonna give you all some anxiety. You don't like it when I give you anxiety, do you? No, he doesn't like the anxiety either, but that's what we gotta do. You'll be seeing this again. What? What is your big problem? Come here. What is your problem? What are you upset about? What's the matter? You want out? Okay. So anyway, yeah, you'll be seeing this again. We just gotta figure out what's up with old Tammy here. But if we can get her dialed right, running right, we'll hang her front bumper on her. Probably put fuel straps on it so it can actually, like, I don't know, hold the gas tank up, and then maybe attach the rear shock, and we'll have ourselves a fine, majestic unit. But anyways, we'll see you guys in the next video. If you're not subscribed, make sure you are, so you can get all the notifications and stuff when you can all be seeing Tammy again. And we'll see you in the next video. Take care.